Hello everyone. Today's lesson is still on systems of equations, but this time will be more complex systems of equations. And we have here systems of equations of second degree or higher. So our first example is the system y plus 3x is equal to 0 and x squared plus 2y squared is equal to 76. And if the ordered pair xy is a solution to the system of equations above and y is greater than 0, then what is the value of y? So we are specifically looking for y which is a positive number, or y is greater than 0. Then let's have our solution. So we call this equation 1. This is equation 2. The very first thing that we're going to do is, our first step is express which equation is, when you look at it, is still simple one. So equation 1 seems a very easy equation because it's first degree equation. So express that to y in terms of x. So when you express the first equation to y in terms of x, then you will have y plus 3x is equal to 0, then y is equal to negative 3x. And then you call that equation 3. After that, your second step is substitute equation 3 to equation 2. So you will have, let's write it, you will have x squared plus 2y squared is equal to 76, and then substitute y is equal to negative 3x, so you will have x squared plus 2 times negative 3x squared is equal to 76. Simplify further, you will have x squared plus 2 times 9x squared is equal to 76. And then you will have x squared plus 18x squared is equal to 76. Combined like terms, that gives you x, or 19x squared is equal to 76. So x squared is 76 over 19, and that is x squared is equal to 4, or x is equal to plus minus 2. And then with that value of your x, you can, the third step is substitute this value, x is equal to 2 or x is equal to negative 2 to equation 1. And so you will have y plus 3x is equal to 0. So when x is equal to 2, then y plus 3 times 2 is equal to 0. So y is negative 6. And then you have, if x is negative 2, so y plus 3 times negative 2 is equal to 0, then y is equal to 6. Now the question there is, what is the value of y when y is greater than 0? Then this is your answer, y is equal to 6. So our system of equations here, y plus 3x is equal to 0 and x squared plus 2y squared is equal to 76. The solution is, therefore, the solution xy is equal to, you have 2 negative 6 and you have negative 2 6. But then with respect to the question there, what value of y when y is greater than 0? This is the answer. Y is equal to 6. Then let's have example 2. You have here x cubed plus y cubed is equal to 35, and x plus y is equal to 5. So we take this as our first equation. This is our second equation. The first step that we are going to do is express equation 2 to y in terms of x. Okay, so what will happen when you express that to y in terms of x? You will have x plus y is equal to 5, then y is equal to negative x plus 5. And you call that equation 3. So this is your equation 3. The next step that you're going to do is substitute your equation 3 to equation 1. And so you will have x cubed plus y cubed is 35. And substitute, so you'll have x cubed plus negative x plus 5 cubed is equal to 35. Now we have a binomial raised to the power of 3. So let's compute our binomial here. Negative x plus 5 raised to 3. If you still remember the Pascal's triangle in binomial expansion, you can use that. If you forgot, so you will just multiply negative x plus 3 times. So negative x plus 3 times negative x plus 3 times negative x plus 3. So if we use the binomial expansion, the Pascal's triangle, we have this one. This is the Pascal's triangle, and that will identify the coefficient of your terms. So since we have the power of 3 here, so there will be 4 terms in our expansion. So you will have 2, and then you will have 3, 3, 1. So in other words, our coefficients of this are the coefficients of our terms. So that would be equal to, the first term is negative x cubed, and the first term's exponent is descending, while the second term's exponent is ascending. So let's have plus 3, that is your coefficient, times negative x, square it, and then your second term is 5, plus your first term is, or your coefficient is 3 times negative x, and then the second term is 5, you square that, plus 5 cubed. Okay, so you simplify that, you will have negative x cubed minus, this is 15x squared, or that is plus because this is positive, okay, minus 75x plus 125. So this is now the expansion of your binomial negative x plus 5. And we will just have to, what do we call this? Use that here in our expansion. So you'll have x cubed plus that one. So you will have negative x cubed plus 15x squared minus 75x plus 125 is equal to 35. And then, so we will just erase this part here so that we will use this space to continue our solution. Then we can have combined like terms here. So x cubed and negative x cubed, that is 0. So what is left is you have 15x squared minus 75x plus 125 is equal to 35. You can combine these constants here, equate the equation to 0. So you will have 15x squared minus 75x plus 90 is equal to 0. And then we don't want to be dealing with big numbers here. So we get the greatest common factor, the GCF of 15, 75, and 90. And we'll try to divide the whole equation by its reciprocal. So you will have to multiply that by 1 over 15. And so then multiply that to, so what is left here is you will have x squared minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. And this time you can factor this. You will have x and then x is equal to 0. The factors of 6, is 2 and 3, and that when you add it, it gives you 5, and it's negative, so this one should be all negative, so 2, 3. Therefore, your x is equal to 2, and x can also be equal to 3. Now, with these answers here, the third step is substitute x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 3 to the equation that we did not use yet, so that is to equation 2. And then, so we will have x plus y equals 5. So when your x is 2 plus y equals 5, then y is equal to 3. Or if x is 3, then 3 plus y equals 5, then y is equal to 2. Therefore, our solution is xy is equal to 2, 3, or you can have 3, 2. Then let's have another type of equation system here, which is a homogeneous equation. And you have here xy plus 2y equals 2. And 1 over x plus 2 squared plus 1 over x plus 2 minus 6 is equal to 0. If ordered pair xy is a solution to the system of equations above, what is the possible value of the absolute value of y? So let's have our solution. this is our first equation, this is our second equation. And so the first step that we are going to do is we express, say, equation 1, because equation 1 is not very complicated, to y in terms of x. So let's have that. You can have xy plus 2y is equal to 2. Then factor out y. X plus 2 is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 over x plus 2. Now, if you notice, we have a denominator here in our equation 2, which is x plus 2, but the numerator is 2. So let's try to make it a bit simple, and we'll see. You can rewrite this as y over 2 is equal to 1 over x plus 2. And we call this equation our third equation. So this is our third equation. And we can use this because y over 2 is equal to 1 over x plus 2. And our second equation here involves a term that is 1 over x plus 2. So it's always that we make our equations or each term simple. So let's have the second step is substitute our equation 3 to equation 2. So let's have you have here 1 over x plus 2 squared plus 1 over x plus 2 minus 6 is equal to 0. So we can just substitute that. So y over 2 squared plus y over 2 minus 6 is equal to 0. So simplify further. You will have y squared over 4 plus y over 2 minus 6 is equal to 0. And we don't want to deal with fractions here, so get the LCD of y squared over 4 and y over 2 and 6. So the LCD of that is 4. You multiply that to the whole equation. So multiply it by 4. And of course, you will be distributing that to, okay. So you will have, what happens here is you will have y squared plus 4 times y over 2, that gives you 2y, and then 4 times negative 6, that is 24, which is equal to 0. And this expression or equation here, you can factor it out, y and y. So 24 is negative, but you need to have a positive middle term, so that would be negative positive. And then what are the factors of 24? That when you subtract gives you positive 2, then that is 6 and 4 equals 0. Therefore, your y is equal to 4, or your y is equal to negative 6. Now the question in this problem asks you, what is the value of absolute value of y? So that your solution then would be absolute value of y is equal to the absolute value of 4, which is equal to 4, or the absolute value of y is equal to the absolute value of negative 6, which is 6. And that answers our question there. But then if you want to find the solution set of our system here, then we will continue. You have y is equal to 4 and y is equal to negative 6. So the fourth step here, okay, to continue, substitute y is equal to 4 and y is equal to negative 6 to equation 1. So our equation 1 is xy plus 2y equals 2. So you will have xy plus 2y is equal to 2. Then if you have y is equal to 4, so you will have 4x plus 2 times 4 is equal to 2, and that is 4x is equal to 2 minus 8. So 4x is equal to negative 6. X is equal to negative 3 over 2. And this is for your x is equal to, or y is equal to 4. And then if y is negative 6, so you will have negative 6x plus 2 times negative 6 is equal to 2. So you will have negative 6x minus 12 is equal to 2. So negative 6x is equal to 14. So that x is equal to negative 7 over 3. So that the solution set of our system is xy is equal to, when negative 3 over 2, 4, or you can have negative 7 over 3 and negative 6. So this is the answer to our system. And that concludes our lesson for today. I want you to try to answer example 4 here, and this serves as your homework for this week. Thank you very much. This is your teacher, Christina. See you next week.